Who the hell do you think you are? You think that you can make one attempt and it smash? That you think you can do one exercise and you get a huge chest? That you think you can do one video and get thousands of subscribers? One of the things that I've recently realised is that I was being a little bit of a YouTube snob, and I was essentially wanting to make fewer videos and get more subscribers. He says how Walt Disney was a failure. However, that's only if you view it through one specific time frame lens. That's not a failure, it's just growing. So I'm just having a little walk around the Lake District. Very nice. So I'm realising I can film both parts of this thingy vlog on this phone, which is cool. So I see a little doggy. A bit back and I'm talking. So I just did 100 press-ups, guys. I haven't done them for a while. And the interesting thing is I'm trying to build up my bench press at the moment. And my bench press I've got up to 80 kilogram, which made me think that the press-ups were going to be a breeze. Because I was doing 100 press-ups before I was starting to build up my bench press. But the one surprising thing was, it was probably just as hard or harder. And I don't know whether this was because I've been focusing on weight more. I think maybe it was. On him, you alright? Oh. Nice little. Interesting vertical vlog format, maybe. So I'm quite happy with how YouTube's progressing so far. I've got, I'm not listening on them. So I've got maybe 80 followers more than when I started. So I'm up to 430, which is fantastic. And I'm completely flipping the script on how I perceive victory. What's good, what's not good. Where I'd like to improve. All that kind of stuff. Because when you're constantly looking at the metrics and you're constantly looking at how you can improve, it's good. As long as you don't see the views as what they're not. As long as you're not looking at the views and thinking, oh, this is one view, right? And you're thinking, oh, well, I've lost. And you start thinking about all these ridiculous views that you never had, that other people have. So you're comparing your one view or no views to what everyone else has, which can hurt. Because it then says, well, is somebody 50,000 times better than me? You say, no, of course they're not 50,000 times better than you. You say, okay, well, what's the problem here? Well, the problem here is you're comparing your, 10th step, 9th step, 50th step. You're comparing that to somebody else's 20th step. You're comparing that to somebody else's journey who's been doing it longer than you have. And that's where you can get uninspired and you say things like, oh, it's not worth it, what's the point, all that kind of stuff. Now, when you do that, it's demotivating, because then you say, well, what's the point in making a video if it only gets, 2 or 3 views? What's the point in making this if it only gets that? That is a limited view because it's limited to one time frame. It's limited to now, or the next couple of weeks, or whenever you're looking. What if over a 10-year period, everything got 100,000 views, but for the first 2 years, you had to get no views? Now, would you feel confident in making content if that was the case? Because if you wouldn't, then maybe it's not just about looking at motivation. It's about looking at the reason why. And that Simon Sinek said, you know, if the why is big enough, it'll conquer almost any how. Like, why do you want to do this? I want to help educate the world and make the world a better place. Great reason. And then you'll figure out how to do that. Or like the why is, you know, I was impacted by not learning, so this will help me get there. All possibilities. Anyway, the point that I'm trying to talk about today is if we focus on the numbers as a point of comparison, that's bad. However, if we flip it and we look at the numbers in terms of gauges in where and how you're doing things either better or worse than you could be doing them. And if you look at it like that, then one view is a signal that one person watched. Is it enough data to tell you where you should focus on? No, of course it's not. It's only one view. But that doesn't mean it's not phenomenal. One view is fantastic. Anything's fantastic. Just making the content's fantastic. And the thing that you need to counter that with is the feeling of not feeling like you're good enough, not feeling like you're doing enough. I had a moment the other day where I told someone how many subscribers I had, and because of their reaction, I felt a bit funny about it. They had like a weird side-eye reaction, and then I realised that the reason I was starting to feel weird is because that person has more, but it's about me understanding my journey and realising that I'm glad that other people have more, because there's an abundance. And that's where this abundance and scarcity mindset really kicks in. It's when there's something that you actually care about and other people have more of it, or you have less of it, or something like that. And you can essentially say, I'm happy that you have more, and I'm happy that you're doing well, because I'm also confident, determined that I will also be in that exact same situation. So it's like that confident knowing. What a lovely view. Look at this place. Very nice. Been looking at these jaw exercising adverts at the moment. Oh, and because I'm bulking, I'm starting to see my face bulk out a little bit. But that's going well, the gym's going well. Anyway, back to the point of comparison and views and knowing where we are. There's a story in The Psychology of Money. It's a great audiobook, or a great book if you like to read. And it essentially says how Walt Disney was a failure. Walt Disney was rubbish. Walt Disney was no good. Walt Disney was useless. All this kind of stuff. However, that's only if you view it through one specific time frame lens, which is like how you might be viewing your videos. You might be looking at your videos and saying, these did nothing, or blah, blah, blah. And yeah, it might not have done anything, but that might just be because you're looking at it on one little time frame. Now, imagine Walt Disney had to make 300, maybe 400 films, full-length films, before anyone even remotely started to notice him. And now it's one of the biggest names, one of the biggest companies, all that kind of stuff. Now, if he can fail almost 300, 400 times and not give up, he got fired from a job, failed a company, all this kind of bad stuff that would stop people. But because he didn't stop, it's now one of the biggest companies in the world, one of the biggest, most recognised brands in the world. Now, think about your story and think, what if you are Walt Disney? What if you're the future Walt Disney? What if you're Walt Disney in the making? And what if you're just in that 300 crap movie phase where no one's recognised you? He had essentially no success for all of those films, and then the one banger was Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. And when that one hit, it hit so fucking hard that it not only changed his life, changed everybody who was connected to him. But if he would have given up when it would have been logical to give up, he wouldn't have become the success that he is. Now that's something that I think is worth thinking about. It's how to deal with failures. And failure, you see, that's a statement. But things aren't failures, they're only failing of... I'm not sure on that one. But if you think about failures, that's a judgment. And rather than judging, you understand and say, oh no, that's not a failure, it's just growing. I understand. I think that's one of the key things that I'm trying to do at the moment, is trying to understand more and judge less. And it's all talking about like empathy and all that kind of stuff. You know how beautiful that is. Absolutely phenomenal. Yeah, guys. So this is my little first ever rambly video. Actually, with pretty much no. I'm not gonna edit this video. But yeah, that's how I'm essentially looking at my journey. So imagine that Walt Disney, when Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs kicked off, it kicked off so hard it made more money in the first 6 months than all of his other films combined. What? So now think about that, and what if you're one step, one goal, one video, one post away from, yeah, maybe going viral, but also because you're making great content, you're not making the content to go viral. You want it to go viral, but you're making the content to add value. Now, when I think about that, it's kind of inspiring because it means that your purpose is higher than just immediate gratification. And I think by focusing on those key aspects, it's something that we can really improve. So just a general update where I am. I had a little bit of viral success for me, on Instagram. So it went from 100 followers to 5,000 followers, and it's mainly been generated from one of my videos. It started with 3 or 4 videos, but one of them's kind of taken over as the main reason that people are following my channel now. And it's amazing because in my mind, that one piece of content is no better or worse than any of the other pieces of content that I've made. And I've made like 400 or 500 of them. So there's no point in me judging what is good or what is not good, because I would have rated all of the other pieces of content phenomenal. But this one piece of content absolutely smashed for some reason. Now, if you think about that in terms of, and that's a big comparison, think of it in terms of Walt Disney and how he had to fail 300x times before he understood, where his value was and how he could really add value. It's a bit more humbling, and it's almost like, who the hell do you think you are? That you think that you can make one attempt and it smash? That you think you can do one exercise and you get a huge chest? That you think you can do one video and get thousands of subscribers? One of the things that I've recently realised is that I was being a little bit of a YouTube snob, and I was essentially wanting to make fewer videos and get more subscribers. But then I realised, after the YouTube video kicked off a little bit, you know what, it doesn't matter how you get there, as long as you're making good quality content that you like. Just keep making that, keep doing that, focus on that. So essentially, rather than thinking about, I'd like fewer views and more subscribers, I'm now thinking, screw it, I don't care about the, limiting the quantity aspect. Because one thing that I've started to realise, I think, is that you need quantity first, vast amounts of quantity, to help you understand what works, what hits, what really helps people. Once you found out that's the quality. Quantity helps you get to quality. Once you've got the quality, that's when you can then switch back to the quantity, where you double down on why and what that thing is, and you hit it so damn hard that people forget that you were ever not associated with that thing. So, so I'm in the Lake District, if anyone is wondering. That's a nice water. I think that's Lake Windermere. Little bench over there. I'm just going for a walk at the start of the day. There's no gym here, so I won't be doing a routine, which annoys me a little bit. I've had 1 day break. I'll have like a 4 or 5 day break. But it'll be interesting to see when we go back to the gym on 80 kg bench press, how that goes. Alright guys, well, look, this is where I am. And this has been my longest ever video without edits. So, thank you for watching, guys. Like I say, this content and this channel is all about development, personal development, self-development, getting better jobs, getting better insights, getting better mindsets, getting better attitudes, getting better results, because ultimately that's what we all want, better results. Alright guys, well, not feeling very good. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and if you want to hit that subscribe button, you'll see more content like this, more content when we're talking about self-development, growth, audiobooks, all that kind of stuff. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys. See you soon.
Hi guys, thanks for coming to my channel. This is where we're going to be looking at audiobooks and how we can improve what we can do and what we can learn from some of the best audiobooks in the world. And I want to let you in on a little secret. If you're not a fast reader, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be conquering that with audiobooks. We can listen to the audiobooks, I'll show you how, and if you have any questions, let me know. So let's get into this. I look forward to going on this journey with you.